Hello, today is Monday, and I think I got my empty parking lot back. That sounds silly, but as I was trying to say all last week, I think they must have had some kind of event happening, so they had it literally blocked off. No one could come in. It was all these like events every day, and I was like, oh, wow, okay. So I had to try and figure something else out, but it's empty right now. So I took advantage of it because I wanted to introduce the day of the week and just kind of quickly, I guess, mention a few things. I did a bunch of random clips here and there of the weekend, which I said last week technically isn't today, but I still think I want to add it in because it's just, I don't know, it's just worth it. I don't know, and I already have it, so might as well use it. And nothing like that exciting happened. Like my partner went camping / fishing again. And so this time around though, I had to drive him to a certain place to be picked up to go to said camp. And then I had to pick him up yesterday also. And so I dropped him off on Friday and then picked him up yesterday. Yes, I said that right. Okay, so with that being said, yesterday kind of turned into a long day because I had a little bit of errands that I had to do morning / kind of like early afternoon, if you will. And because of where he was, there was no signal. And so our messages were kind of delayed and not really like accurate. So I went to Costco. I got a bunch of things I needed for like our said dinner we planned. Next thing I know, he tells me he's ready to be picked up. And I was like, what? And he's like, I told you. And I'm like, no, you didn't. So our messages just weren't. So it ended up being a little hectic. And then by the time we got home, we had to start prepping things for dinner, and it was chaos. It was absolute chaos. And for some reason, Hunter had no interest in watching the Blue Jays play, which is weird, but they lost anyway, unfortunately, but it was a close game. So we did that, and then, yeah, I was exhausted, and in fact, I was so exhausted that actually I had a good sleep last night, finally, for the first time in a while. I tend to wake up anywhere between 11 and 3 a.m., sometimes 4, but usually between 11 and 3 a.m., typically during pregnancy. Obviously, if you have to go pee a lot, that happens. I get it. I'm used to it now. But the struggle is trying to get back to bed to go back to sleep. So last night was good because I literally slept the entire night. I woke up this morning at 5 a.m., which sounds super early, but that's normal for me. And I just had to go pee then, and I was like, great, I had a beautiful sleep. So I'm like, thank you for being busy, I guess, all weekend. And I have things from Saturday as well. It was eventful. I tried to make it fun for Hunter. We had pancakes at McDonald's because he likes that. It's very nostalgic for me because I don't eat much there at all, let alone we don't really go there except for getting him a Happy Meal once in a while. When I was a kid, just as a picky eater as I am now, I was always a picky eater, and I would only eat hash browns and pancakes from there. Like I would eat chicken nuggets, of course, like a Happy Meal and stuff, but I just mean like in the mornings when my mom would go for coffee. I don't know, of all things I can remember from a very early age, which is not a lot, I briefly remember being in a stroller outside, and I think she was bringing my brother to school, and we went to McDonald's, and she had coffee with, I don't know, someone, probably her aunt. She seems to be the only one I remember her having coffee with, someone anyway. And she was sitting there, and I was eating a hash brown or something, so I don't know. That's like the only thing I remember. And those cookies, I mean, they probably weren't really that great, and they had chocolate chip, and they had the ones that looked like the characters, so a little bit of nostalgia for you there, 90s stuff. Okay, so anyway, so eventful weekend, pancakes, yes, pancakes at McDonald's, and yeah, we did some other stuff. I recorded a few things here and there randomly. So anyway, so that was my weekend. I have to though, oh my gosh, I have to go get the blood work done. It's the fasting. What am I supposed to do? I'm a pregnant woman and I'm like hungry all the time. I can't not eat in the morning. I don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe I have to go somewhere else where they don't have that, or they're open longer hours. If they were open longer hours, maybe that could work, because then maybe I could fast a certain way and like still get my blood work later. Like, I don't know. Keep putting it off because the problem is, I don't know when I mentioned it last, if I touched on it this way, but for me, like, I have a routine, and, you know, we get up in the morning, I'm doing Hunter's breakfast anyway, I have breakfast, we do, like, I make his lunch, like, there's all these factors of just routine and me eating that it's like, I can't not eat. I would be way too hungry, and is that not considered maybe a little scary or not healthy for a pregnant woman? But I have to do it. I have to do it this week, so I have to make it a priority. I'm gonna have to figure it out. Anyway, so I gotta do that, and it's 2 hours. Ugh, the glucose test, I'm not looking forward to it. So anyway, there's that. I already got the passport applications finally. And what else is there that I have to do? I'm trying to think. I can't think of anything right now. Anyway, I'm gonna go home, finish up the last week video that I have, and go on from there. Cuddle with Motley because she's desperately in need of hugs and kisses. She doesn't get them nearly as much on the weekend when Hunter's home and all that. So, and I really have a craving for chips, and I need chips. So I have to do that. I don't have to, but I want to. Okay, I'm going home. Just quickly wanted to add, I have to come to the dollar store and I have to go to No Frills quickly. I don't know what came over me. I slept really well. I felt fine, and out of nowhere, I just all of a sudden got really tired. And I was in the middle of editing and putting things together from a previous video and starting to create the new one that I'm currently doing. And I don't know, something just out of nowhere came over me, and I literally could not keep my eyes open, and I don't even remember falling asleep, but I guess I did. And I tried looking back, I'm like, oh, I don't even know how long I slept for. It had to be a good like 30 minutes or so. I was shocked. I woke up and thought, oh my gosh, what time is it? Because I obviously don't ever want to be late getting Hunter. I mean, he'd be fine, but like, it's just, I was like so like shocked by it. It just like set me off like track for a second. So I don't know what the heck happened with that. But anyway, and then I quickly panicked because, well, first of all, I was hungry. So I was like, great, I don't have time to eat anything. And the only thing I could think of was I did have a craving for some chips. So I was like, I'll have a few chips, like just so I can have something in my stomach so that I can like quickly go do these said things before I have to get Hunter. It's funny because well, at this point recording this, I will have already included it. Motley was asleep above me on the top of the cushion behind me kind of thing, like I've shown in clips. And she was perfectly asleep. And I got up and I went and I grabbed the chips. I came back and did oh my gosh, she's so funny. I came back and I sat down, and I don't know, you know, cats, they like noises and things, you know, crinkly things, whatever. I don't know if it was the sound of the bag or quite literally the fact that she likes barbecue chips. And she comes down and she like starts attacking the chip bag, and I'm like, Motley, what are you doing? So to fast forward to the whole point of my sharing this is in the clip that I would have already shown, you would see that she was like licking the flavor off of my finger, and just like, oh, she went nuts. I don't know what she was doing, but it was hilarious, and I was laughing at her. She wanted a chip so bad, not literally to eat it, but like to lick the flavor or like the salt. I'm assuming it has something to do with salt. I've always heard animals like that, dogs too. Anyway, I just had to touch on that because I thought that was hilarious. To end the clip, I just want to say I'm going into the dollar store because I have to get another Bristol board, or the idea of smaller sheets of Bristol board, because Hunter was so excited about his potty charts that I made, and he wanted to put them up, which is fine. We put them up. He was so excited. The countdown that he wanted for the monster trucks is right by where we dry our hands, and I guess what's been happening, and I didn't even notice until one day I was helping him in the bathroom, the water from our hands started touching the Bristol board, and it's ruined the countdown to the monster trucks. So I have to go in quickly and do that, and then I have to get, as I said, I have to go to No Frills. I have to get a few things for dinner and tomorrow's dinner, and that's it. And I gotta go get him, so let's go. Today is Tuesday. I need to add this in just quickly. I am editing the footage that I have for the one that I want to post, the video that I want to post like today. And it was just supposed to be like this last minute thing where I go through it, just make sure everything looks good, all the things, and then I was going to export it and post it. And I came across one portion where I was like, wait, this isn't gonna work. It's not going to make sense. It was on Tuesday, and I still haven't went through the entire day of like clips or anything that I have, so I just wanted to add this in case it doesn't end up making sense or working out. I was talking about stuff from the previous day, which would have been Monday, and I realized that I had taken all of that out with editing and such on the Monday. So everything I was talking about on Tuesday wouldn't make sense. So I don't know how I'm going to fix Tuesday, but I just wanted to put this in here just to say that like I had talking points, and now they're kind of all deleted because I was like, no, like this, I can't talk about this now. So I hope we can survive the Tuesday and it all makes sense. I'm just gonna continue on and we'll see. I have a moment where I can hopefully talk in a normal voice. I have a clip that I've added into the video I'm still working on for this week, and I recorded a bunch of things. I'm gonna try and redo it right now, where I feel like the entire portion of clips, it's all like I'm whispering. I don't know why. And so I just thought maybe I'll try and attempt to do it in a regular voice and see if it works out a little bit better. So I'm going to go over to the areas that I had touched on in the said clips, and hopefully it can work out a little bit better. Okay, so second attempt. So this is Hunter's area, if you will. I had this made for him when we moved, and the intention of it was that his quote-unquote nursery was going to be Mickey Mouse related. I grew up loving Mickey Mouse, so it was only natural to pick what I loved, and he obviously loved Disney as well, started to love Mickey Mouse, so on and so forth. With this also being said, this is up a little bit higher on the wall because the mini crib that we had kind of came up to here, and it was just intentional for it to be as if like it were a said nursery. The reason I keep referencing quote unquote nursery is because this is just a kind of like little section, if you will. It's not his own room. We live in a very small place. We had to do with what we had, and the only thing we could think of with a newborn baby, and obviously as he grew up, was having him in our room, which has worked out fine, and we are wanting to move, and the intention is to move, so on and so forth. Okay, I have artwork. I painted this for him. He doesn't even really care. I might actually redo it because I was thinking of getting creative and doing it like more for like interest that he has now, but I haven't got around to it. And my friend is an artist, so she did some artwork. Obviously, this is all just like random stuff that I've bought or put together. This is actually from a puzzle, but he loves Lightning McQueen so much that I just framed it and he loves it. And then more artwork from my friend, and she painted this for him for his first birthday. So very sentimental stuff. Okay, his bed's not made. I don't even care. So this is his now bed. However, like I said, the crib was there. All of this is going to make sense once I piece it all together for you to understand where I'm going with this. Okay, so his bed's here right now, and then over here it's a bit messy because I haven't had a chance to come up and fix it. But basically, this shelf has all his clothes on it. And there's some pillows here because with intention of putting pillows on his bed every day, which we don't end up doing. He hates it. I might get rid of them, but I don't know, maybe baby brother might want to use them or something. So his clothes are here, and then we have a Mickey Mouse bookshelf here. And it's a bit messy because he constantly takes books in and out of it and just never puts them back. But I'm not going to be, that particular. I don't really care all that much. It'd be nice to have it tidy, but what's the point if he keeps grabbing from it, So anyway, now I'm going to go to the closet to just like touch on it there for a minute, and then it'll all make sense. Okay, this is my side of the closet. I have a good chunk here, kind of small actually, of Hunter's like sweaters. Obviously too small for him now. He is now 6 years old and getting bigger, but for a while he was fairly small where everything was so big on him. So that's why I still have them hanging there, kind of out of sight, out of mind, and I kind of forgot they were in there. These are all newborn 0 to 3 items for baby, which have to be washed and ready for when it gets closer to when he comes. So this is hanging here. My whole reason for showing this is because we have to, again, as I said at the beginning, we have to work with what we got. We are desperately trying to move, trying to figure things out. But until that happens, we have to deal with our situation as it is. Okay, so I have these boxes and I have them labeled. They're all according to size for when baby comes. So for example, this is 0 to 3 months, so on and so forth. I've got a nursing pillow. Clearly, there's nothing I can do with that right now until there's a baby here. I don't even know why I kept it. Like, I guess I don't know. Out of all things I got rid of, I just kept it for some reason. And turns out it's going to be hopefully handy for me. So I'm kind of glad that I held on to it. And then just to touch quickly down here, it's just more baby stuff. Can't use it again until he's here. We've got like a bag with toys, blankets. These are actually all supposed to be vacuum sealed, but because I opened them to go through the stuff, I didn't end up like doing the technique to get them vacuum sealed again, quote unquote. So they're a little bulky, and that's not really how they're supposed to be. And there's some bigger items down at the bottom as well, which are way too far down the line. They're like a year plus size clothes that we do not need to worry about right now. But I will eventually reseal the bags, hopefully, and gradually as baby brother grows. I don't know if I'm going to get rid of everything. I do want to hang on to stuff because initially, before baby was a thing, my intention was to keep the clothes and keep things according to the idea of like, I could either make something with them or just hang on to them for myself, selfishly, for like the memories and stuff. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And then I've got a chunk of my stuff over here, like sweaters and things like that, but that's not important right now. And then I've got the baby carrier. So that's going to be coming out eventually. So there's a lot of stuff in here that's taking up space. But my whole point is that it will eventually get more clean and organized as baby brother arrives. One of the main reasons I wanted to show this and include this at all was because we are in a position, as I keep saying, I'm probably only going to say this one more time, but we desperately want to move. Hunter needs his own bedroom. It's been fine. he has started to become his own person, and he wants, you know, his toys and things like that, which granted he has lots down in the living room and so on and so forth, but it's just he needs his own space. But with that being said, things are a little hectic right now, and finding a home, let alone renting still or whatever we might do, it's so expensive. And like, we could move into a 3-bedroom, but then the baby would be with us, similar to how Hunter's been with us, and then we'll have to move again for a 4-bedroom. But the cost of rent for a 4-bedroom is like insane, but yet we can't get a house and it'd be the same cost as maybe a mortgage. Like, it's all insane, but I'm not going to get into that too deep. But my whole reason for sharing all this is because I have to come up with a new system. So Hunter has his shelf of his clothes. Great. Okay. So like, I'm probably going to keep up with that, obviously. But now I'm almost thinking that back here, I can incorporate the said boxes I showed, where originally I've been telling myself, you know, maybe it would be a good idea to wait until it gets closer. Obviously, I have to rewash everything, get everything started for when he arrives. But I didn't quite know what to do because I have all these other areas in the room that I could potentially use, but I'm thinking like having them hanging again in the closet might be best. So I'm at a standstill right now because I don't know what the right thing is to do. That's only clothes. That's not even considering that inside the closet here still, I have at the back hidden a little bit more. We have the bassinet that needs to come out, obviously, but then we need the bassinet in the room. So Hunter's bed's going to have to move. And so it's a lot. So I'm going to go back over to his bed area to kind of explain what my thought process is with that. Okay, so just quickly and lastly, Hunter's bed can move. It can move more towards the window, which is over to the left a little bit more, which is fine. And then the bassinet could come here and then eventually the crib. So that's fine and everything. The problem I run into though, going back over here to his shelf, now this is just a personal thing. It doesn't have to be this way, but I'm almost thinking like, I want him to feel like it's his stuff, obviously, until he does get his own bedroom. So I kind of wanted to move his shelf over towards the idea of where his bed is so that it can feel like his. And then with the bookshelf, that's not really that important in a sense of like needing to be around him. It can be multi-useful. I mean, baby brother's gonna need to be read to, and you know, it's like a sharing thing. Like, it's totally fine. When Hunter does have his own bedroom, he will eventually have his bookshelf in his room. That's just fine. Although it is a Mickey Mouse bed. And so like, I don't know. We're at an age right now where it's like, will he even want Mickey Mouse? Like, I don't even know anymore what I'm going to do. But I just need to reorganize and think about the idea of the layout of what we can use and what we can't use. And that's where I'm like stressing. That's where I'm trying to figure things out. And I can move the artwork because I obviously am not getting rid of it or like taking it down fully. I can move this or get rid of it. And the Lightning McQueen, like I said, is from a puzzle. Like he loves Lightning McQueen, but he does not need it in a frame up here anymore. It was just, you know, it was just for him to have with excitement. He's obsessed, but we can figure it out. And yeah, I just got to do a lot of reorganizing. Same thing every time because that's all he eats. Hi, can I please get a large decaf triple
Okay.
and a Boston cream donut?
Sure, is that everything?
Yes.
Thank you. Your total is $34.13.
Today is Wednesday and it's a little awkward. I mean, today he has an outing. They're taking the bus to go to a park. There's like a museum thing there, and like it's just like this big thing that they go to. They did it last year as well, and it's all fun for him and stuff, so he's excited. And then it's Wheels Day, so he has his bike, which his bike has been in the trunk for days, which is convenient for me because I can't keep lifting it in and out. So that's all good. But we go in and see, the issue we've been having is I try so hard to get him out the door at probably around like 20 after, because it really only takes about 10 minutes to drive there. And I want him to be there for around 8:30. So I kept saying, you know, Hunter, like, we gotta go, Hunter. And he just, I don't know, he just was not in it today. He was not having a good day. And we didn't end up leaving until 8:45, 8:45. So with that being said, we show up and it was probably like 5:02 or something. And I have my phone on silent mostly throughout the night. And then sometimes I'll forget to turn on the volume until obviously I get home, you know, in case someone tries calling me about Hunter or something. Like, I always have the sound on, but overnight I have it off. And so anyway, all that to say, I go in and go to drop him off and everything, and everyone's kind of like looking a little frantic. Like they weren't like in a panic or anything. And we saw that the bus was outside. However, I was a little confused because I thought, like, no one really said what time they were leaving to go to this said place. So granted, I wanted him there a little bit earlier, yes, but like no one said anything. So otherwise I would have made a point of like making sure that we got there at a certain time. So anyway, usually when I drop him off, everyone's like friendly and nice, and it's not that they weren't, they were still friendly. It's just that they were very just like, okay, like, come over here. And like, I didn't get to give him like a big hug and kiss like multiple times. That's usually our thing. Which he was fine. He ended up walking away anyway, and it was great. But my point was that they were kind of like in a panic, and I thought, oh, I'm sorry. I said, you know, I was like, I didn't understand what time you guys were leaving. And the girl that took him from me to like walk away, she was like, yeah, I left a message, but that's okay. And I was like, okay. I was so confused because I was literally like, you left a message? And I thought to myself, like, that can't be right. Like, no one said anything yesterday. So sure enough, I walk away, I come out to the car and I look, and because my phone was on silent, she did try calling, but I was driving, so I don't have it hooked up to the car or anything like that. So I never got her message, but we were on our way anyway, so it was completely fine. But it was just kind of like a weird way to say it, the way she said it to me. It was just kind of like, yeah, I left a message, but anyway. And I was just like, okay. So anyway, he's there, everything's fine, and you know, they're gonna leave on time. They said 9:30, so they have plenty of time, but it just it was a little awkward. So anyway, but he's excited to ride his bike. So I got my coffee and I am going to go home. I have things I have to do on my computer. I have to finish things from yesterday. I start things and then things got a little hectic and I couldn't finish it. So anyway, I got to do that. And then I have to bring my partner his lunch because he left late and didn't end up bringing one. So whatever, that's fine. But it kind of like splits up the day, if you will. So other than that, there's not too much going on. Oh, and then actually, so I wanted to do this yesterday, but again, things got a little hectic and I didn't end up doing it. I want to record, I kind of like an in-between video, if you will. I don't know what the term is for content creation, but basically my idea is I want to do, because I want to look back on them one day if I don't end up following through with any of this, it'll be fine. Like, it's whatever, but I'll have the video. But if I do end up following through, it'll be awesome to look back and look at it as like a memory or something. I want to do a video where I kind of like do an update, like a pregnancy update, and gradually do it as it gets closer. I didn't get to do that with Hunter because obviously if you reference my part 3 intro, I don't want to get too much into it because it's a long story, but I didn't know I was pregnant. And then obviously I found out really late. And then, you know, I got to experience a short amount of pregnancy until he was born. But anyway, and so I kind of just want to have like a memory to look back on other than just like, you know, items like ultrasound pictures, things like that, you know? So I was thinking of doing something like that gradually because at this point, I believe I have, well, we're in July, so that means I have like 2.5 months left. So it's going quickly. It's going so quickly. The time is going by so fast. It's insane to me. So anyway, so that's my thought process for today, is trying to do that, trying to get a video to do that. And I'm not going to do it like weekly or anything, but I thought of every week trying to do like a fill-in video. Like, you know, I'm trying to do these other clips and things and putting together like a week in my life or whatever, but you know, on a Wednesday or something, or whatever random day of the week, I can just share like a random video. I'll do a video on music or something, you know? So, yeah, I'm going to go to my empty parking lot because currently I got my coffee, as I said, and I'm in the Tim Hortons parking lot, and it's just kind of like weird. There's people, you know, I mean, granted they're driving by, but like, it's just, I don't know. It's just a thing. I'm trying to get used to everything. So I'm going to go do that now, hopefully, and then go home. Just quickly wanted to add that I am here to get Hunter from summer camp, and I was outside at the grocery store probably at this point now maybe like an hour and a half ago, and I started to notice that the sky started to look like, I don't know, almost like as if it was going to rain, and I thought, that's weird. I don't remember it was going to rain, but didn't think anything of it. Went in and out of the store, everything seemed fine. And then I get home, and then all of a sudden I can see outside that it almost looks like orange looking outside, and I thought, what is going on? And then I looked and I saw a video that there's wild forest fires in Northern Ontario, as in like not where my family is, but like up further a little bit. And I couldn't seem to find like an exact location. And I thought, oh no, like that's not good. And so just now when it started to get closer to when I had to pick Hunter up, I had sent my mom a message and asking, you know, like, do you know anything about where these fires are? Like, what's going on? And she said that it's coming from the town and like surrounding area of actually where my nephew is. And I'm like, oh my gosh. So I hope everyone's okay. And like, I have to like triple check and ask questions because I'm like, oh my gosh, that's not good. And apparently so big and massive, and it's like so much smoke that it's traveled this far. Like the video I saw at the time when I had seen what was going on was a video from Toronto area, and it was like the sky and the smoke and everything. And I thought, smoke? Like referencing what I just said about going into the grocery store and not smelling anything, not seeing anything other than it looked like it was going to rain. So anyway, I thought, smoke, like that's not good. So literally as soon as I opened my front door, I could smell it. And then I had to go out to the car to obviously come get Hunter, and it was hard to breathe outside because I could literally smell the smoke, and it was so bad. And it doesn't help that today, we had some yesterday as well, but today also, weather was supposed to be like really intense again, just a couple days in a row. Like high 30s feels like 45, 46 again. Oh, what a combination. Not good. Not good for a child, let alone anyone to inhale. Today is Thursday. It's actually decent weather, meaning right now it's fairly early. It's only a little bit after 9. I say that, but it doesn't change the fact that these horrible fires are causing so much damage, and just the air quality is just not good here right now. It still smells like smoke, and it's the next day. It's a lot to breathe in. I tried so hard not to go outside yesterday after, we first discovered that this is what it was going to be like and all of that. But we had to go places. There were things you need to do. And same with today. Like, I had to bring Hunter to summer camp. It still smells really, really bad. I mean, the sun looks a little bit better this morning, but you can still see, I've taken a clip, the view ahead of me after I picked him up from summer camp. It was just so foggy looking. It just looked like how it would be if it was a rainy, foggy day, and it's all smoke. Like, it's wild. It's crazy. So not good. So I'm hoping to stay inside. And in addition to that, I'm just having a bit of a rough morning. I'm already struggling to get Hunter out the door. There's so many factors of it, but it's just, and I'm at a point right now, I think, with this pregnancy where it's a lot. And granted, his dad's at work. Like, I'm the only one able to do everything, as in, I got to make breakfast. I got to make his lunch. I got to get him dressed, or, whatever. He does things on his own, granted, but like, it's still a lot. It takes a lot out of me. And the problem I'm having is that I get really warm and then I get lightheaded and I need to sit down and take breaks. And it's a lot of chaos in the morning. And so it's a struggle. We got to summer camp really, really late. So anyway, with that being said, I just don't think I'm going to do much of anything today, to be quite honest. Like, I might have a few things I have to do around the house, but I'll gradually do it over time. And my biggest thing is just resting, because I've been kind of nonstop since Monday, and I can't believe it's already Thursday. So yeah, I really just don't want to do anything. I'm just going to go home and I don't know, I'll figure some stuff out. You're just so pretty. You're just so pretty, but did you know that you're very nosy? I had heated up some leftovers because I'm hungry. Pregnancy, obviously, I eat all the time. And this one over here just keeps trying to smell my food. Just quickly, I'm running into the grocery store. To anyone that has been watching anything I've shared this far, yes, I go to the grocery store a lot. It just happens to be the way that things work out most commonly during the week. We always need something, or, we run out and we need more and all that. So anyway, there's just a few things that I need to get, but I was going to take Hunter. I was going to pick him up from summer camp and then take him because I figured he might like that. It might be exciting for him. But quite honestly, the air quality still is so bad that I just don't want him to be outside any more than he has to. So I prefer to just get him after I go inside the store. Today is Friday, and I feel like today is just going to be another, what's the term, low-key, if you will, day. I don't really have much planned other than to continue what I've been doing for the last couple days, which is just like fixing things within, like, video-wise, on my computer and stuff. I've got a lot of stuff, actually. In fact, a little side note to prove how much I have. Hunter just turned 6 years old, which I've mentioned many times, and he asked me about a picture, which I've shown him, but he must have forgotten. And I was like, yeah, I think I still have it on my phone. I went to go find this picture, and the way I use Samsung, I don't have iPhone or anything. And so when you assort it, you can assort it by date, from oldest to newest to oldest, so, so on and so forth. And I literally brought the oldest up first, and oh my gosh, I gotta go through my stuff because two things come to mind. One, I think at this point it's just ridiculous to have that much stuff on my phone. And number two, with baby coming, considering how many pictures I have of Hunter this far, and I've already taken stuff off my phone already over the years, there's gonna be no room. I'm gonna have tons of baby pictures. So anyway, the point in my sharing that was just that I had stuff on there from before he was born. And I was like, oh gosh. So I had to like keep scrolling and I'm like, okay, here it is. Oh my gosh. So I definitely have to make that a priority and go through that. But anyway, and I think now my partner seems to be telling me that he might be done early, which changes the entire day of my, you know, being at home. Not in a bad way. I don't mean that to sound bad. I just mean that originally, usually after I drop Hunter off at summer camp, I go home and I'd kind of do my thing, and then I'd have to pick him up from work, and then we pick Hunter up, and it just might change is all I'm trying to say. So we'll just have to kind of like wing it, I guess. And it's the last day before Hunter's home for the weekend, which is usually pretty hands-on and busy, so I need the rest. It's me again, editing. I just finally got to the Friday portion of the video, and I realized that while I had said there were things that were probably going to happen, they did happen. It was a very hectic day. It didn't end up working out. I had no time to do anything that I wanted to do. I was picking everybody else up and all the things. So I didn't get to do a proper goodbye. So if you've made it this far, thank you for watching. And like and subscribe and all the things that you're supposed to say. And we'll move on to start working on the new video.